In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a button that will trigger a toast message. Let's start with creating the button that will trigger the toast. And for the text, I'm just going to write save here. And this button is going to have an ID of toast btn. And under the button here, what we're going to do is we're going to create a div, which is going to be our toast. So let's add an ID of toast message. And for the text here, I'm just going to write changes successfully changed. And this is going to be for our HTML. Let's open our CSS file now and select our toast message. And we're going to set the opacity here to 0. And under, we're going to select it again. And we're going to set the opacity here to 1. But we're also going to add this class show. And what's going to be happening is in our JavaScript, when we click this button, we're going to be adding this class of show to our toast message. And I'm going to see it. And after a few seconds, we're going to remove it with JavaScript, and then we're not going to see it again. So we're also going to add this transition of 0.0 seconds. Let's also add all. So then it would fade in and fade out. Let's actually style it now. So under here, we're going to set the background color to this dark gray. We're going to set the text color to white. The text align, let's set it to center. Border radius 6 pixels, and let's set the padding to 14 pixels and then also 18 pixels. Under it, let's set the position to fixed. The the left, we're going to set it to 50%. The bottom, we're going to set this to 30 pixels, and the Z index, let's set it to 1. And we're going to add a few more things. So let's add let's add it here. So let's set the min width to 250 pixels and the margin left. I'm going to set it to negative 125 pixels like this. Let's see what it looks like now. So let's actually comment this out and open this with Live Server. And when we go back, then you can see that now this is what it's going to look like when we trigger it. Let me actually zoom out. There we go. So this is what it's going to look like. And you can change the font size to make it bigger and so on. And if you actually want to see how to add this arrow here at the bottom, then keep watching. But if not, then you can just skip to the JavaScript. To create the arrow under the toast message, what we're going to do is we're actually going to select it again and add this before. And set the content to blank. We're going to set the background color to this one again. The transform is going to be equal to rotate and then 45 degrees. The position is going to be absolute with a bottom 30 pixels. It's going to have a margin of 0, and then let's do 50%. That should work. And then actually the bottom is going to be negative 6 pixels. Messed up a bit. Now the width and height are going to be the same, so they're both going to be 12 pixels. And let's go back and see if it works. So if you go back here, then you can see that we have this arrow now, but it's not in the middle. So let's actually go to this before, and let's change the margin here. So let's try 40. Let's try 30. So 35 should work, and you just play around and see what works for you. So I'm going to change this to 35, and that should work. So let's go back here, turn this to 35, and when we go back and save, you can see that it's in the center. Now the only thing that's left to do is some JavaScript. So let's go here, and we're first gonna select our button here. So document.querySelector. Let's find our button. It has an ID of toast btn. We can add an event listener. It's gonna be on click. We're going to create an arrow function, and we're going to select our toast message now. So it's a document.querySelector. It's also an ID, so toast message. And then we're going to change the class name to show now, like this. And now the only thing that's left to do is to set a timeout, which will remove this class. So let's write set timeout. And then we're also going to create another arrow function inside of it, like this, and instead of it, we're gonna actually select it again, like this. So let's do document.querySelector, toast message, and then we're gonna set the class name here, class name to equal to blank. And now if we go back here, actually we have to set the opacity here to 0. Oops, and one last thing I forgot to do is the timeout itself. So right here, what we're gonna do is after our curly brackets here, we're gonna add a comma and then the amount of seconds. So if you want 2 seconds, then you're gonna write 2000, and this is going to be 2 seconds. So if we go back now and we click this, then you can see that our toast has appeared, and after 2 seconds it disappeared. And if you want it to be for longer, so let's do, I don't know, let's do 4 seconds, then you're just going to change this to 4, and when we click it, it's going to be here for 4 seconds. And what you could also do is you could change the transition time here to something longer. So if you want it to be 1 second, so the transition would be the fade in and fade out. If you want it to be 1 second, then you can change it to 1 second. So let's actually set it to 3, not 23, 3. And now when we go back, then you can see that it takes longer for it to fade in and also fade out. And that's going to for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, then please like this video, sub to the channel for more content like this. Comment down below if you have any video requests, and see you next video.